Hey everybody! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into the 10 weaknesses every woman faces, and we're looking at them through the lens of Stoicism. Now, before you click away thinking, Stoicism, sounds like something Socrates would bore you with, trust me on this. Stoicism is basically like the original self-help book, but, without all the cheesy stock photos. It's all about finding inner peace and strength, even when life throws you curveballs. We're talking relationships, we're talking work, we're talking about that time you accidentally liked your ex's new girlfriend's post from 3 years ago. We've all been there. Am I right? So get comfy, grab a glass of wine or whatever makes you feel good, and let's get into it. Okay, let's be real, ladies. Self-doubt, it's the ultimate confidence killer. It's that little voice that whispers, "You're not good enough." But here's the thing about self-doubt. It thrives on what we can't control. That's where Stoicism comes in. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, reactions. So the next time that little voice pops up, tell it to take a hike. Don't let that negative voice rent space in your head for free. Give yourself permission to be confident and try new things. Let's talk about the fear of judgment. It's like we're all trapped in a giant opinion prison, constantly worried about what other people are thinking. Here's a newsflash. People are going to judge no matter what you do. It's just human nature. The Stoics knew this and focused on their own values. So ditch the fear of judgment and start living by your own rules. Dance like nobody's watching. You do you, boo. The right people will love you for it. Raise your hand if you've ever spent an entire night replaying that awkward conversation from 3 years ago. Overthinking, it's the mental hamster wheel that keeps on spinning even when we're exhausted. It robs us of the joy of the present moment. The Stoics were all about living in the now. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your senses. Engage in activities you enjoy. Bring your mind back to this moment and let go of all that mental clutter. Okay, let's talk about emotions, because let's face it, we ladies, we feel things deeply. We're like the emotional ninjas of the world. But sometimes we can see emotional vulnerability as a weakness. We're afraid to show our true selves, to let people see us sweat, cry, or get really, really excited about a sale at the shoe store. But guess what? Vulnerability isn't weak, it's courageous. It takes strength to be open and honest about how we're feeling. Now, Stoicism might seem at odds with emotional vulnerability. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but rather understanding and managing them. The Stoics believed that by acknowledging and accepting our emotions, we could develop resilience. It's like this. Imagine you're a sturdy oak tree in a storm. You don't try to stop the wind from blowing, do you? No, you bend with the wind, you stay rooted, and you weather the storm. Hands up if you're a recovering people pleaser. We've all been there saying yes to everything. It's exhausting trying to make everyone happy. True happiness comes from within, not from others. Learn to say no and set healthy boundaries. It's liberating to put yourself first. All right, let's talk about perfectionism. We all know that one person who color codes their spice rack, right? Sometimes perfectionism can keep us stuck. It can prevent us from starting projects or sharing our work. The Stoics focused on what they could control. We can't control perfection. It doesn't exist. But we can control our effort and willingness to learn. Embrace imperfection and find joy in the process. Remember, done is better than perfect. Have you ever felt like a fraud, like you're just one wrong answer away from being exposed as a complete fake? Yep, that's imposter syndrome, and it's more common than you think. It's that nagging feeling that you're not as talented, smart, or successful as people think you are. But here's the Stoic secret to slaying the doubt dragon. Focus on your efforts, not your feelings. The Stoics believed that our actions speak louder than our self-doubt. So instead of dwelling on those negative thoughts, channel your energy into doing the work, honing your skills, and celebrating your accomplishments. Remember, you are worthy of your success. Don't let imposter syndrome steal your joy or your ambition. The next time those doubts creep in, remind yourself of everything you've accomplished. Write down your achievements, big and small. And don't be afraid to own your expertise. You've earned it. Okay, let's talk about failure. It's something we all try to avoid, but it's an inevitable part of life. We've all been there, whether it's a failed relationship, a missed opportunity, or that time we tried to cut our own bangs and ended up looking like a Muppet. It's okay to laugh, we've all been there. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone. The Stoics saw failure as an opportunity for growth. They viewed it as valuable feedback. So how do we embrace failure? Reframe our perspective. See it as a chance to learn and adapt. Every successful person has failed. It's what we do with those failures that define us. Raise your hand if you've ever scrolled through social media and felt a twinge of envy seeing someone else's perfectly curated life? Yeah, me too. Comparison, it's the thief of joy, and it's easy to get caught in the trap of comparing ourselves to others, especially in the age of social media. But here's the thing, we're all on our own unique journeys. We all have different strengths, weaknesses, and experiences. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from focusing on our own progress, not on comparing ourselves to others. So, how do we break free from the comparison game? First, let's be mindful of our social media consumption. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate or envious. Remember, social media often presents a highlight reel, not real life. Instead, focus on your own goals and aspirations. Celebrate your own achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Let's talk about boundaries, those invisible lines that define where we end and others begin. Setting boundaries is crucial for our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It's about recognizing our limits and communicating them clearly and respectfully. The Stoics understood the importance of setting boundaries both physically and mentally. They believed in protecting their time, energy, and emotional space. They knew that by setting boundaries, they could better focus on what truly mattered. So, how do we build those personal fortresses? First, we need to identify our non-negotiables. What are the things that drain your energy, cause you stress, or make you feel uncomfortable? Once you've identified those boundaries, communicate them clearly and assertively. Remember, you have the right to say no, to protect your time, and to prioritize your own well-being. And that's a wrap! We've covered a lot of ground today, from self-doubt to setting boundaries, and I hope you've gained some valuable insights from the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. Remember, these are just a few of the many challenges we face as women. But by embracing Stoic principles, we can develop resilience, strength, and a deep sense of inner peace. Thanks for watching. We hope you found these insights helpful. And remember, stay strong and stay stoic. You've got this.